So today we're going to go ahead and talk about who is Bo Katan. So for many of you, the first time you heard this name mentioned or you saw this character was a few weeks ago during The Mandalorian. Again, as opposed to Din Djarin, she takes her helmet off. Her compatriots take their helmets off. We had never really seen this thing about keeping your helmets on until The Mandalorian premiered last year. Typical during the Clone Wars series and Star Wars Rebels, this wasn't this wasn't mentioned. This wasn't a thing among the Mandalorians, not that we're aware of. Also referred to here was the Darksaber. Um, Bo Katan asks the captain of the ship, um, "Where is he? Does he have it?" And he responds, "If you're asking, you already know." Here she is referring to the Darksaber. So a little bit of history on this black lightsaber that we first see Moff Gideon wield in the last episode of season 1 of The Mandalorian. Um, this was actually the lightsaber of the first Mandalorian Jedi that we are aware of. And throughout time, it was passed down or it lost to history until we see it again with Pre Vizsla during Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Later on, Maul comes back into the picture. He ends up killing Pre Vizsla, takes the Darksaber for himself. Several years go by, and we see Sabine and Ezra and some of the Ghost crew come to Dathomir, the planet of the Night Sisters and the Night Brothers. It's actually a planet where Darth Maul's from. They're at this planet, and they come into a cave, and they actually find the Darksaber here. And Sabine ends up taking it, and later in the season, or later in the series, she hands that lightsaber, the Darksaber, over to Bo Katan in order to unite the House of Mandalore against the Empire. So at that point, Bo Katan takes the Darksaber and uses it to help unite Mandalore as kind of like a representation of the leader of Mandalore, in a sense. Her sister is actually Duchess Satine during the Clone Wars, who actually was the queen of Mandalore, or ruled over Mandalore. So again, that is Bo-Katan's sister. So she is rightful heir by blood as well. Again, she has the Darksaber, and then we don't know what happens to it after that point. Sometime between the Mandalorian and between that episode of Rebels, Moff Gideon gets his hands on the Darksaber, and it's when we meet Bo-Katan a few weeks ago. She's in the process of looking for it. She mentions to Din Djarin how she wants to go back and retake Mandalore, or in some sense like that. So again, that's just a brief history of Bo-Katan and the Darksaber. If you're interested in learning more, again, I recommend that you check out Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the Mandalorian arc, and also the Siege of Mandalore arc. It's in that as well as Star Wars Rebels. I can refer to these all the time. These are great series. Not just kids shows. They're very enjoyable. You find a lot of Star Wars history that seems like it's going to be referred to in the Mandalorian here on out. Again, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you like it, go ahead and give a like and subscribe. And if you have anything else you'd like to see, please leave a message in the comments.